Hello, soul family. Woo! It is this 12-12 portal. Are you feeling this energy? Wow. So many things are happening right now. Everything is manifesting so very, very quickly. We are here in this magical space of closing out this year of the nine, the sacred spiral, the closing of cycles, the ending. And we're about to be in this new beginning of the one, the year of the fire horse. And right now we are shedding, shedding, shedding. So excited to be here with you today. So we have a special guest coming on soon. We have Angela Lee, author, about to join us. I saw that she just came in, so just hit the request to join and I will add you, Angela. And we're looking forward to having this beautiful conversation with you today on this 1212 portal. I'm going to share with you just a little bit about what we're talking about today in just a little brief synopsis. So we're talking today, here she is coming on. Angela, are you there? Are you there? Come on in. So we're talking about sitting down and talking about the path to new earth, freedom, dream life. Oh, this is not Angela. Who's here? Who is this on live with me? Hello, hello. I don't know how that happened. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, it's Sandra
Oh, it's Sandra.
from
Hello.
from Connecticut. Hi, I
Hi,
just popped
Sandra.
on, just traveling.
Oh,
Sorry
wonderful.
to,
Well, glad you're
yeah,
here.
good to
Well,
see
today
you.
we're having a conversation with Angela. I'm waiting for her to join so I can just tell y'all a little bit about this while we wait for her to jump in.
Sure.
And so we are talking about generational trauma and how to break the generational cycle that is rooted in repressed emotions and why this emotional awareness matters, how healing your internal world changes your life outwardly. And
Oops.
we're having an honest conversation that is deeply rooted in angelic transmissions. And so I hope you're all willing to stay on here with me. And so, yeah, Sandra, thank you so much for being here. If you want to jump off to give space for Angela to jump back on, I
Sure.
appreciate you being here and jumping
How
on.
do I do that?
I think
Let's
you just
see.
hit exit, that little X. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the portal that we're in. It's 1212 to 1221 right now. And so it is just an extremely powerful opportunity to really step in. Angela said there's no button to request to join. I wonder if I can just add her as a moderator. Let's see if I can just add you. So let's see if that helps. And just waiting for her to get on. She says we live video. Okay, see if he'll let you do it now. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about what we're doing together. I just did a podcast with her. I'm relaunching my podcast. And this is the official relaunch day, the 1212 portal. And we talked really deeply about how emotions get stuck in our bodies, and whether it's the physical body, the emotional body, the etheric body, the energy body, the spiritual bodies. Whenever we do not allow an emotion to completely flow, then it does not actually leave the field. It stays within our being, and we block things up brick by brick by brick. And one moment they're going to overflow and explode, and it can come out in all kinds of different ways. And so as energy healers, it's really, really important for us to teach our clients to move these emotions and to really allow ourselves to flow in this way where we are simply feeling it, sitting with it, sending it love, and then letting it just move on its way. And Angela pointed out that there is only 90 seconds really that our emotions need to stay in our field. We just feel them and let them move. So it's interesting that, we can carry these things for decades, if not a whole lifetime. And so I'm not sure what's happening while she's not able to get on here. We've been having some interesting text. So maybe jump back out and jump back in, Angela, and the button might be there, hopefully. And if not, we can try it again at a different moment. So I'm going to continue with the conversation here about this portal. And we are really working through this time of creating and manifesting, and things are manifesting so very, very quickly that right now, as soon as you think something, it's already here. It's already here. And not that to say that that hasn't been the case in the past, because we form everything in this reality with our thoughts. Everything in this reality is a mirrored reality. It's a dual reality. And we are in this reality to learn the lessons. And when the lessons are learned, then we can release the emotions. But it's a matter of taking on those lessons and receiving the wisdom and then letting the rest. So Angela says she can't moderate and join. That's okay. We will try again. I will jump back off here and we'll try again here in a moment. And so in this 1212 portal, I invite you to really sit with your intentions and what you're manifesting right now. So have you journaled about it? Are you really, really clear on what you're calling in? Because if you don't know exactly what you're calling in, then the universe has no idea what to actually deliver to you. Until you say yes to what you're calling in, and full body yes. For instance, I'm getting a new car tomorrow. I don't know the how, I don't know the details, I don't know the exact thing. All I know is that that car is already here and it's coming through. And so that closes out all other possibilities, and it allows the universe to be laser focused on exactly what you do want. So according to the law of attraction, each subject is literally two subjects: what we want and what we don't want. And so we have a choice at any of those moments to choose joy, to choose love, to choose our highest path. We can also sit in what we don't want, but after a 17-second interval, it gains momentum and it starts sending little feelers out into the universe, because we are energy beings, we're energy bodies. And then another 17 seconds, at 34 seconds, sending more feelers out. And at the interval where it continues the fourth time at 67 seconds, then it's really sending out this massive emotional wave of what we're feeling, and it begins to attract like things back to us. And so unless we've shifted that into what we do want at that moment, this is what people get stuck in patterns of continually saying, oh, that's just my luck. Oh, that's what I get. Oh, that's always how it works out. You know why? It's because you're focused on what you don't want. And so we have to immediately shift that. We can say, oh yeah, thank you, the universe, for clarifying what I do want and what I don't. And now I have a choice to turn that into what I actually do want. And so the universe is responding so very quickly right now because things are really accelerating. We are accelerating. We are moving in, but we can also work with time, because time is an illusion and time is malleable. So we have the opportunity to ask time, please, please slow down. Let me rest. I am only in this human body. I need my sleep. I can pick up where I left off in the morning, but I am slowing down today. And I ask you right now to step into this portal between 12:12 and 12:21 to go within. Come into that womb space. Come into your hara. Men and women both have a hara. It's not just women. We are all born of the womb. We are all born of the water. And you take this downward facing triangle, which is the sign of water and the sign of moving within the yoni, into that deep energy of coming within and landing in that portal of our own being, the portal that connects us to our mothers and our grandmothers and our great-grandmothers. And we were all eggs within their womb. And so dropping into that womb space and just resting in that for this next 12 days. That we are moving into the darkest hour, the darkest night, and the longest night. And this is a place to go within, to really sit with what we are gestating, what we are creating, what is in that beautiful dark soil beneath the earth before it pops into a seedling and sees the sun. It all moves into that place of gestation. The bamboo actually has a 5-year period where it is underground. And then within 90 days, it can grow hundreds of feet. But it's not unless it actually sits within the earth for those years upon years. And nothing looks like it's happening at all. But we are absorbing that energy. We are absorbing that, oh, I'm just soaking every bit of these minerals up from the earth. And then boom, that bamboo shoots into this massive, massive, huge tree. And, or I guess it's called a tree, a reed, if you will. And so if we take that energy of the bamboo and just bring that into our hara and realize we have to go within, no matter if you're in a tropical environment where you don't feel the seasons with the weather changing, or whether you do, we all have these seasonal cycles. And this is what we teach around the medicine wheel. And I work deeply with the Celtic medicine wheel. And this is what we work with in our mentorship with the priest and priestess path. And we do rituals and wisdoms and teachings around each of these seasons. And so right now we are in this place of moving within and coming into that space and using this beautiful downward facing triangle, the energy of water, to come into our own womb and just breathe and just breathe and just breathe and rest, rest, because next year we are on a fucking fire horse. It's not just a regular year of the horse, y'all. It is the fire horse. And if any of y'all have lived with a horse that's fiery, I had a fiery horse and her name was Diva, and she came with that name. I did not name her, but she was a diva, and she is my soul horse. She is my heart horse. And living with a fiery horse, when your horse has fire, they are rearing to go. So I'm telling you right now, you better rest. This is your grandma talking. Rest. Get your ass on the ground. Sit your butt on the earth. Ground your feet into the earth. Go hug a tree. Go get in the water. Do cold plunges. Get in the elements of the earth, because right now you're going to need it, because we are about to be in accelerated mode. But remember, we don't have to constantly run. Horses can run and run and run and run and run, but we are not in a horse's body. We are simply energetic beings housed in this little physical shell, and we are human. And we have to remind our spirit team, hey guys, I am simply human. Give me some time to chill. We can pick this up after I rest. I'm going to go sit on the earth. I'm going to go meditate and go within. And every single day, absolutely non-negotiable, is your daily practice. And if you don't know what that looks like, please hit me up, because I have so many tools that I give away for free. And there's lots of freebies in my Linktree in my bio for you to just go within. One of the things that I've been offering recently is the Shamanic 9 Directions. And you can grab that if you message on any of my posts the word ritual. I'll give you the ritual to calling back your power. And really just calling in an energy of the directions, really grounding ourselves into this planet. It is so very, very, very important to get in to the earth, down into the earth. As spiritual leaders, we have been used to going outside into the etheric realms to pull in this wisdom. And this is not the case any longer. The energy is also within the earth, and the truth of these teachings are within the earth. A lot of the teachings that have been written and transcripted have been messed with, have been altered, have been gifted over to the patriarchy. They've been shifted completely, and so we cannot necessarily trust those sources any longer. But what we can trust is our own heart. We can trust our own connection to the planet, but it cannot happen unless we get still. And so I encourage you during this 12/12 to 12/21 portal. Yes, I see y'all giving hearts, because that is the truth. We have to pause. And this is your invitation to pause. And if it was your grandma talking, she'd say, get that switch, because you're not listening. You have to slow down. You cannot go at this pace for this long. Right now, take advantage of this time before the return of the light. The return of the light happens right after the 21st. Then the light starts to get longer. There's a 3-day pause where the return of the light, where the night is solid dark for 3 solid days. The minutes on the days don't even move. And then on the 23rd, I believe, it gets 1 minute longer. And then the light gets 1 minute longer, and 1 minute longer, and 1 minute longer, all the way until the summer solstice, which is the lightest day, the one with the most light. Now, if you're living closer to the equator, You might not notice that as much. But so, oh, Ezreal says, universe told me this exactly what I needed to hear. And yes, I hear you, because this is truth. This is the cycles of the earth. And when we get into the earth and we ground down into the truth of the mother, this is where we find our own connection and our own heart, and we listen to our own being. We don't have to have anyone else, no matter what kind of dogma or what kind of agenda, tell us what our truth is. And you don't need to explain it to anybody. You don't need to justify it. You don't need to even tell anybody. But if you do, just realize that if they give you feedback, that's just feedback. You don't have to listen. If you don't necessarily reside with the dogmas and the teachings that are within these worlds that we're living in, within this Western realm, then don't listen. You don't have to. You actually have a choice. Little kids will go blah, 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 blah. I'm not listening. And that's actually what you need to do. They're just telling us, just and bring it in and bring it down to the earth. We're not going up and out for this information, because there's a lot of distortion up and out right now. We're going down to the earth, to the crystalline core, to the center, and dropping in. Just like a bear goes within that cave, she can even give birth while she's still hibernating. And then her baby begins to suckle while he's still hibernating, y'all. It is simply the bear energy. We are our own architects. Yes, yes, yes. And the Ursa Major is in the northern sky right now. The great mother bear. And then she's called the Big Dipper as the kind of nickname for her. That's just part of her constellation. But the great mother in the Egyptian teachings is called Nut. And she is the sky goddess. She is the goddess that you see on my shirt. She is the spiral of the Milky Way. And she is the spiral of our DNA. She is all creation. But we must go to her. We're the ones that disconnect. She's always been there. She's asking you to go deep, deep, deep within the womb of her cave so you can receive this truth. And your truth is not anybody else's truth. And your truth does not have to align with anybody else, because you are a unique being. You are here to bring your own unique offerings, and you are here, and just you being here and never having to do anything is enough. I love you too, Angela, and I will message you again. We'll try again for our Instagram live. And if you want to catch the Instagram live that I did, or the podcast, please subscribe to my YouTube. My Linktree is my bio, or you can message podcast and I will send you the link to the latest episode as soon as I upload. And you'll get notifications if you click the little bell whenever I upload. I have a huge series of amazing, amazing, fabulous women from all over the world that are global teachers that will be coming on my podcast between now and the end of this portal. And we also have a beautiful offering and a conference coming up. So that is something that I'm offering as well, is an invitation to join this beautiful podcast and meet all these beautiful women. And so if you are subscribed to my channel here on Instagram, I'll be also sharing the longer versions of our podcasts on my YouTube. So make sure you subscribe over there as well. And there'll be a little bit different themes, because this channel is really more focused on your freedom, your dream, your life, creating the life that you desire, bringing in abundance, activating, channeling, working with the energies that are creating everything that you envision to be here. And as we wrap up, I'm going to give you a little example of how quickly things can shift and change. So yesterday on the 12/11, the day before the 12/12 portal, I was preparing to just work on online and create some of my course content and work on the things for my Egyptian Mystery School mentorship, some of the new teachings and trainings that I'm doing. And I have a summit coming up called the Feminine Frequency, and working on my talk for that and my meditation. And that is not what happened yesterday at all. Not at all. So being in flow is how I live, and I have to realize that we are all in this point of surrender at every given moment. We can choose to force, and we can choose to just drop in. And so every moment that the I'm trying to figure out the how. I have to remove myself from trying to figure out the how, envision exactly what I'm calling in, and then just let it go and just continue that process. It is a constant minute by minute practice. And so yesterday, and if any of y'all have seen some of my videos before, they pixelate and it's so fucking irritating. But we are semi-nomadic. We are in an RV. We are on, we were on Starlink. And yesterday, on the land that we've grounded into, we're here in East Austin. We're planning on staying here. We're no longer going to be nomadic, even though we're living tiny. We are grounding into this land, and they were coming out to look at the spectrum, which is cable. And we have a pool and a pool house where we host retreats and events, and it's a community space. And so we were meeting with the landowner, Maria, and the Spectrum guy was on the phone, and we got him to come out. And the next day he came out, which was yesterday, and he's like, oh, well, this line has to be replaced. It has old water in it, which is interesting because I work so deeply with the water, and the line was eroding by water. And he says, I'm going to replace the whole thing. And I said, well, do you have a fast enough package that, you know, I could upload and download? And he said, oh yeah, we have a really fast package. You can call right now. And since I'm right here on this telephone pole, about to run this line across the street, brand new, you know, high speed internet, literally 40 feet from my RV. I was like, okay, I'm shifting my whole entire attention to manifesting really good internet. And I was able to get an appointment 20 minutes later, which is at the close of their day at 5 p.m. So the second guy came in, and we are bringing the internet from the satellite down into the earth. So now I'm in this grounded energy. Immediately, he got me hooked up and turned on my internet. And then all of a sudden, we have cable TV. Like, do people actually still watch cable TV? I didn't know that it actually was a thing still, but apparently it is. And we have like 100 channels, which I thought was very strange. So I started watching A Christmas Story. And no, it was one of the Christmas classics. I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. And everything shifted. We not only did that, we were able to get our cell phone package connected to our internet package. We saved over $3,000 a year. And now I'm putting that towards a new car, which is coming in tomorrow. The new car is coming in tomorrow. I called the guy. He's setting up an appointment. I didn't even know this new car was coming in, but one of my employees at our shop said, I have a guy that's selling a car. You want to check it out? Of course, I always say yes, because I'm open to any single opportunity that comes my way that feels aligned. And I've been calling in a new car. So I was like, okay, this is from a trustworthy source. Check it out. As I was texting the guy, which is now, it's like way past, you know, like 10 p.m., he's texting me back. Cool. He's a night owl as well. Takata, my beloved, is fixing my current car with our friend. And the current car gets a new evap system, which means that it wasn't taking gas properly. It wasn't accepting fuel. So whatever that means, it wasn't wanting to go. It wasn't accepting fuel. The fuel was like spitting out. They fixed that. Had the car running. And he's like, okay, I'm going to go look at your son's car. His car hasn't been running. And so my car charges up the battery of the son's car, and they leave it on for the headlights. And all of a sudden, my radiator blew up. And it had this massive explosion of steam and water. And so my car is like, oh, you just thought you fixed me, but now I'm going to explode steam and water all over. And so at the same time, the guy was confirming the appointment and is bringing my new car over tomorrow at 12. I didn't know any of this was happening. And this literally all happened within a 12-hour portal. So this is how quickly things can change. We saved over $3,000 a year on our phone bill and our internet. Our internet went from satellite to grounded into the earth. They're currently outside right now digging trenches in our ground to bury the lines. So they're actually in the earth right now digging. And then the new car is coming. And this morning I get a call from my son saying his baby is coming anytime, which I knew. And they're doing all the things to actively induce labor. So at the same time, this tiny baby's coming in. So with all that, just remember, you have to slow down. Things can accelerate and accelerate. And spirit's like, yeah, let's go. Because that energy of that fire horse is right here. you can feel it. Like if you've ever worked with a fiery horse and you pull on those reins and they're pulling back, they're, come on, come on, I want to run, I want to run, come on. You know, you better get on that horse and ride. And if you fall off, you know, you get right back on that damn horse. And if that horse kicks you off, you make that horse run lunges until they're sweating and tired. And then they might treat you a little bit better and be a little bit more behaved when you get back on. You know, so my fiery horse, Diva, circling back, she was a fire, and I trained her as a baby with the Clinton Anderson method of horse training. But one time, and I had a cotton lead rope, and I was, you know, directing her out of her stall, and she decided she was going to spaz out of the stall and break out, and she reared up coming out of the stall, and the rope just the whole rope went through my hand. And I'm telling you, my dear horse trainer friend, English rider, best blue ribbon accredited rider, told me, you never let go of that lead, because you are in control of that horse when you have hold of that lead. And so it ripped all the skin off my hand, and I held that lead, and I was like, you are not allowed to act like that. Like, you get on the ground and you behave, you know, and you act like a lady. And so, you know, you have to work with this energy, and we have to rein it in, and we have to bring it down to the earth. And so this energy, we're feeling both of these things happening at the same time, especially being in Sagittarius, which is also a fire sign. But we are currently in a grand water trine in the astrology. So everything is moving and shifting and changing and flowing. And we have to step into that point of surrender and just let go of the how. I have no idea how it's going to work out with this car people tomorrow, this dude that's selling me his car. No idea. No idea. But all I know is I am getting a new car tomorrow, and I'm going to go see my grandbaby. So however that's working out is happening. And I'm just leaving it up to the universe. So that's my share for today. I will be sharing with some really amazing people, and you'll just see the podcast come up on my stories. Make sure you chime in and let me know that you're here. If you want the replay with Angela Lee, the beautiful best-selling author that we did, and a really fun podcast with, just drop the word podcast or DM the word podcast to me, and I'll make sure you get the link to that. Jump in my my Linktree in my bio, scroll all the way to the bottom to the socials, and click on the YouTube link, and make sure you follow me over there as well. And also, when I get a few more followers over there on YouTube, I can go live over there simultaneously. So that would be fun as well. But I think that's it. Really, all I have for you today. Really take advantage of this 12/12 portal. It is time for you to go out and watch the sunset, get in this energy, really connect to the sun and to the sunrises and the sunsets right now, as the energies grow deep, grow long, the days grow longer, the energies grow softer, and just be like that mother bear, really in that womb. So I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Please share this if it helped you in any way, and make sure that you connect with me on the DMs if you want any of those free gifts I mentioned to you. All right. Namaste.